Yes, so people, welcome back to DR Sports. Now, we've got some big transfer news that's breaking this morning, but I've got Dan Lawless with me to talk about it. It's around Declan Rice. But before we get into it, I have to ask you, Dan, have you recovered from last night? I'm sure you're celebrating all night, picking up the Europa Conference League title. How are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, mate, fully hungover. Yeah, still hasn't sunk in, still don't feel real. Last night it seems like a drunken dream. But you know what I mean? We've ended a big trophy drought, and to witness that was unbelievable, mate. So I am buzzing. I got the parade later on as well in Stratford. I'll be there.
Bloody
It's
hell.
amazing stuff.
Man, over 40 years, I saw. I know you did a watch long to it. I saw some of your guys getting very emotional, and do you know what? Rightly so. I see. Listen, everyone on the pitch as well. After over there as well, it seemed like they were fully immersed in all this jubilation on the pitch. It looked incredible scenes, and your watch long was also incredible as well. I must say, I can imagine all the emotion was very high last night.
Yeah, it was hard trying to. I put a highlights video from the watch on. It was hard trying to condense it into what manageable length because it was just an emotional roller coaster. Like there was a point after they scored and they were on top. I just felt like this isn't our night, and
Yeah.
I don't know when we're gonna get another chance. This is it.
Oh,
And
oh.
you felt extra time coming, and to do it in that way, like 90th minute. Unbelievable, mate. You
Unbelievable,
can't
mate.
ask for more.
Unbelievable. Big up Jared Bowen as well. And listen, a major trophy more recent than Tottenham. It's all good. It's all good around here. But listen, we're here to talk about Declan Rice anyway. It's transfer talk. And I'm an Arsenal representative. It's looking like we're front runners for Declan Rice signature this summer. I've got you on, and let's just start with it, actually. Obviously, your owner said today that he's free to go in the summer. I don't know. I want to get your first initial thoughts on that. But actually, let me read out for you. David Sullivan, obviously from the West Ham chairman, said that he's confirmed that Declan Rice will be sold this summer. The England midfielder became only the third Hammers skipper to lift the trophy after victory over Fiorentina in the Europa Conference League. However, Sullivan admitted a gentleman's agreement means that they will allow the player who still has 2 years remaining on his contract to leave. Obviously, we heard that they offered 200k a week for 18 months ago, and he turned it down. Just let me get your initial thoughts on what you're hearing that this morning and what you think of that.
I think the man's an absolute disgrace. I think he's an absolute disgrace to this football club. It weren't even 12 hours since we'd won that trophy, since we'd lifted it. You can't let us enjoy it. You can't let us just celebrate and enjoy it. You have to run your big fat mouth onto TalkSport and start talking about how, Rice is leaving. Yeah, we know he's probably going to leave. But let's just focus and enjoy the moment. And we don't need our owner coming out and going, yeah, he's got a gentleman's agreement. He's his last game, all of that stuff. For one, it's a stupid negotiating tactic anyway. You know what I mean? You're showing your hand. And two, let us just live in this moment. Let us just dream for a little. Maybe he'll stay. Maybe like with this trophy win, one more year. You never know. Let us have a few days of that to just enjoy ourselves. But straight away, you got to try and bring the club down. You're the owner of this football club. You're supposed to be a fan of this football club. And you're
I was
doing
quite
that.
surprised. Yeah, Dan, I think you spot on there. I think I was quite surprised. So we saw Declan Rice trying to kind of bat off the speculation of him leaving. I know he kind of said, he loves his club. He loves playing for this club. He said there is speculation of him going to other clubs, but he says he's here right now. He's still got 2 years left. So to see, your chairman come out straight away, like you're right. He didn't even leave it really 24 hours. It was kind of the next morning.
Imagine if you guys won the league this season. Imagine you'd won the league. The next day, Kroenke comes out and says, yeah, we're selling Saka in the summer. He wants to go. So he's leaving. Like, do you know what I mean? Before you even get to process, trophy win. Yeah, Saka's off in the summer. So didn't want a new deal. Bye-bye. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, when you put it like that, when you put it like that, yeah, that would hurt me. That would hurt me. That would hurt me.
And that's the thing. Even if you knew Saka was going and there was a chance to hear that, when you just want to focus on the trophy, you just want to bask in the glory of it. Everyone's on social media looking at videos of the players celebrating. Look at videos of other fans celebrating, soaking it up, and then we get hit with boom, Sullivan on TalkSport. It's pathetic. I can't wait to see the back of him. Honestly, he needs to get out of this club.
Yeah, that you make a good point there. Let me ask you then: is he worth? I know you're gonna you're gonna probably say it's worth more than what he's been asked for. They're saying they're building a bid and they've sanctioned 92 million to kind of let Rice go, and it seems like Arsenal front runners. They're saying 92 million, but Jude Bellingham obviously going for 88.5 million to Real Madrid. It can push to 119 with performance add-ons. Would you say Declan Rice, do you think it's going to reach past 100 million, or do you think 92 million seems fair for that sort of fee?
No, I mean, it has to reach beyond 100 million.
Wow.
Because no one goes for what they're like. What a player is worth is completely immaterial in the game these days. No one ever goes for what they're worth. You have to look at the demand, the position the selling club are in, the position the buying club are in, all those factors. Now he's just won a trophy as a case captained us to a trophy. Yeah. Surely that adds on to the prize.
It does.
And if we do accept 92 million like that out of the gate, with multiple clubs interested, we are complete idiots. We are complete idiots because we are on the cusp of a potential bidding war. We know, obviously, Arsenal are interested. Man United, Man City are said to be coming in with a bid. We know Bayern are desperate for him. You know what I mean? Like, well, let it breathe. You haven't got to accept the deal like on the first day of the transfer window open. You ain't got to accept it. Just hear some offers. Let it breathe and go, okay, you're offering 90 million, 92 million. Man United are offering 100 million. So what are you saying? And then that's how it goes. Because like I said, even if they come with it's 92 million, but if he plays this many games, it's 120. You can do those deals. But if it's just a flat 92 mil, no, that's poor for me. Especially when we've been hearing them saying 120 million earlier on. Nah, I'm sorry. Other fans won't agree, but I don't care, man.
That was from Matt Law. They said that they sanctioned 92 million. But let me ask you then. You just mentioned a few names there. I didn't realize Man City were interested as well. I know Bayern were heavily interested. I know Man United. I think Chelsea was sniffing around, but Man City as well. For you as a fan, where would you want to see him go? Like, would it hurt you if he goes to Arsenal? Because it seems like he likes Arsenal. He's got a good relationship with the Bukayo Sakas and Martin Odegaard. He likes London. Like, where would you like to see him go, and where do you think he will end up?
Well, obviously Mount could go to Man United. That's his best mate, so that's obviously a link with there. I don't think London is as much as a sticking point for him as people believe. I think that's a massive guess on people's parts. Like, yeah, surely you would rather stay in London. People move out of London all the time. I would love to see him at Bayern Munich, out of the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? We're not playing against him then. He gets to go and play for a team that will genuinely not just play in the Champions League, compete for the Champions League.
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hey, Dad, what are you trying to say? Hey, we're in there.
No, come on. Come on. Like, I know that Arsenal fans ain't going to like to hear this, yeah? When is the last time Arsenal's competed for the Champions League? Let alone played in it, competed for it. The final to Barcelona.
We got knocked out,
and what, 20 odd years ago? That's not a knock on. We're all at different levels of clubs. We're all at different stages, right? There's always a bigger fish. Bayern are the bigger fish in Europe, right? And that, if he wants to win the Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, Bayern is his best opportunity. If he wants to win everything, Man City is his best opportunity. If he wants to stay in London, play some Champions League football, Arsenal then is you know what I mean, the best option then for him, if that's what he's concerned about. So it just depends on what he really wants to achieve. If he wants guaranteed trophies, there's clubs there where you're guaranteed trophies. There's not many of those. But Man City, Bayern, guaranteed trophies.
100%. Now, Dan, listen, what is the club getting with Declan Rice? You've watched him for many years. I spoke to Nicky as well. You know how highly he speaks of Declan Rice. But what is the club getting if they do sign him? Because I'll be honest, I questioned at one point his leadership, because I didn't really see him as a leader. But last night, I don't even just last night, a few games I've been watching now, but that last night performance, he was not, every time the camera pans to him, he's pointing at another player, he's constructing the whole game. Like, is that one of the key things they get? And what other things would a team expect if they sign Declan Rice into their side?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a massive leader. He's heavily vocal. He's not just a leader on the pitch. He's a leader in the dressing room. For someone who's 24 years old, you know, there was a video with the players speaking about Declan Rice. You have Aaron Creswell, who's been at this club for nearly 10 years. Yeah. You know, he's 32. He's referring to Declan Rice, 23, 24, as a leader. He looks to him as a leader at his young age. And he does so much in the community. He does so much in the changing room and on the pitch. So he is a leader. And a lot of clubs up there, Arsenal, they haven't really had. You got Odegaard as your captain, and he's had a fantastic, as a player, fantastic season. But I don't see him as that real captain, that traditional classic captain like you have had with your Patrick Vieira's and players like that, where you just know that's the leader on the pitch. That's the guy that the players are looking at. He's the one who's picking people up, who's getting the players, you know, when we've just conceded, getting them back in the game. That's what Declan Rice does, as well as all of his attributes on the pitch. Like, you know, his ability to intercept and to tackle and put tackles in and start attacks. That's what you want. You want a player that can press and get the ball, win the ball, and then go straight on the attack and drive. His ability to drive forward with the ball to his feet and the confidence that he has. And he's adding goals and things like that to his game. He's such a cool, calm, composed player on the pitch. So many attributes, and people won't appreciate how good he is until he does leave, which is sad. But yeah, he's a quality player.
No, he definitely is, and I hope. Listen, hopefully he does end up at Arsenal, and I feel a bit shameful to say that after the back of what happened with you guys. Like, I don't want to. I feel like what you said about your owner, your chairman. I feel like I want you guys to enjoy this. I was watching it yesterday, and I'll be honest, I was a slight bit jealous. I was like, look at the scenes. It just looked incredible. So, yeah, listen, this is the news of this morning that, you know, that Rice has been told that he's going to be basically given the green light that he's going to leave this summer, which some people may have known. But like you said, Dan, maybe it should have been David Sullivan could have waited a little bit longer before you know, dropping that on TalkSport this morning. But it is what it is. Hopefully ends up in the shirt to my corner here. But big up you as well. And congratulations on, obviously, as West Ham winning the Europa Conference League last night. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy the parade. And like I mentioned, I'm a little bit jealous, but it is what it is. Hopefully we'll be picking up some silverware next season. But Dan, it's always a pleasure.
And we might see you in the Europa League next season. We might.
I'm laughing. Listen, you never know, but hopefully we're going to be like Bayern Munich and challenging for the Champions League. You know, hopefully we can get that sort of
baby steps. Baby steps. You're back in it now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see. But listen, Dan, big up. It's always a pleasure to speak with you, bro, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm sure you will. But thank you very much for joining us on this transfer update here on DR Sports.
Thanks for having me. That's always a pleasure, mate.